Hello once again, vinyl community. I'm back with, as promised, another bunch of thrift store finds. These are from even before the last batch. So these are from 2 to 4 months ago probably. And by the way, I didn't mention in the last one, I have other thrift store videos laying around too that I made a long time ago and I haven't put up yet. So if you see an abnormal amount of thrift store videos, it's not that I'm going nuts, but this is stuff from over the last year pretty much. It's just now getting around to being uploaded. So again, it's been probably close to 2 months since I've even found one record at a thrift store. So, you know, it's not as good as it may seem. Although it's been, I gotta say, this year has been incredible, especially as compared to last year. But I am down to one store now, so you know that's going to make a huge difference. Anyway, let's start. I hope everybody's doing well. I've got 2 of these Time Life boxes. This one's called Red Hot Rockabilly, the rock and roll era. The discs are mint on these. They're only 2 record sets. I don't know why they come in a box. It's ridiculous. The boxes were in a bit rough shape. I re-glued them back together, and I've sort of used some magic marker to sort of make them look better because they don't have any value anyway, but I wanted to make them look a little better. This actually has a few obscurities on it, so this is actually not a bad rockabilly set. I kind of like it. And again, there's just a little book in here, and by a little book I mean a little book. There's one of these in the next one too, and they're just 2 record sets. I got a lot to show. So this one's the rock and roll era 1960. Same sort of deal. This one's got a lot of metal stuff on it, as you could imagine, from 1960. But it's got some other stuff too. Again, a little book that is in there. But they do come in Time Life sleeves, polyline sleeves, which is nice. So again, the same thing. I fixed up the edges and I re-glued the boxes, and you know they're presentable now anyway. So again, they were a little more. I think they were $1 a piece, maybe. I think they were maybe $1 a piece. I can't remember. Times of Your Life, Paul Anka. This is the greatest hits kind of thing. Picked it up for a couple reasons. I like Paul Anka, especially in the 70s. And this is still sealed, which is the main reason I picked it up. This is an absolutely still sealed record. Paid 29 cents for it. Happy to grab that one. Another one. Musical America, the United States Air Force Band, Washington, D.C. This is from the 70s at some point. I think there's a book or something in here. Still sealed. I don't know what's in here. Another record still sealed. I always pick up still sealed records when I see them. Just because you never know if somebody's looking for this. So you pick it up. Again, paid 29 cents for it. Happy to have it. I think it's just a single record, but this might even be a double. There's no track listing on it. I'm thinking this is a 2 record set. Another 2 record set, The Worst of P.D.Q. Bach. Again, records are in nice shape, covers got some wear. But this guy, if you don't know who he was, he's a classical comedic musician, basically. He turns classical music into comedy. And you don't see his records like you used to. It's on Vanguard Records. Let me show one of them. There's the Vanguard label. So very cool. I don't have any PDQ Bach. I don't think. Maybe I have one. I certainly don't have the best of. So that's cool. So What? We got a Joe Walsh album. Big deal. Joe Walsh's So What? One of his best albums. Maybe his best album, actually. And Original inner sleeve. Again, cover of this one's not so great. It's kind of falling apart. In fact, it's very much falling apart. I should probably just leave the record out. But these things, you can re-glue them. In fact, it's just about completely falling apart. I'm just going to leave the jet record out of the jacket. And I'll have to repair that. But there you go. I had to repair this one too. Linda, these all fall apart. Lush Life. You see her other album. You don't see this one as much. And of the two, like, Nelson Riddle albums she did, this is the better one by far. And you don't see it that often. It's got a really interesting cover. And I tried to repair it, and I got some staining on it a little bit. Don't use super glue to repair records. And it's cool. The sleeve kind of comes out of the bottom here. I'm not going to do it because it fits in really tight. But you can kind of see the sleeve comes out of there. It's a really cool package. And again, of Linda's, you know, Nelson Riddle albums, this is the good one, trust me. The Andrews Sisters 20 Greatest Hits Dance Band Days. This is just a nice import on Prism Records. They're not the best label, but their stuff actually sounds pretty good. They do a nice job. They're out of Germany, I think. Yeah. Made in Germany. And I love imports again, so they don't go hog on their labels, but cool stuff. And I like the Andrews Sisters, I really do. I think Abbott and Costello movies might have got me into the Andrews Sisters. Kim Carnes, Mistaken Identity. She was big in the early 80s and then went away. This was the one with Betty Davis eyes on it. I think this is the one that came after it. Cafe Racers. That's the name of this one. These are all in really nice shape. Original inners. And Voyeur, the one that came either after or before. I don't know the order of Kim Carnes albums, but there you go. 3 from Kim Carnes. I had no Kim Carnes albums. Now I have 3. Cheap Trick at Budokan. Again, can't leave it behind. This might be my 3rd copy of this, but one is really warped. One is unplayably warped. But this one is not. And it has, I believe it's a book. I'm not going to get it out. It's probably why I bought it. It's complete. Cheap Trick at Budokan. Very, very good live album. The album that put Cheap Trick on the map. Jethro Tull, Broadsword. Broadsword, actually. Not a huge Jethro Tull fan, but I like him. I like them better than I like a lot of other progressive music. And again, this has a little insert jobby in it. Most of these, if they came with something, they are complete, which is, again, rare. There is only one Roy Orbison. There's a Roy Orbison in my last video. Another MGM album. Ricky Nelson, William the Sellers. I don't pick up every Ricky Nelson album I see, but when they're decent, and this one's decent, it's not minty, but it's decent, and it's his hits, and it's an original. Grabbed it. The original motion picture score to Midnight Cowboy, including Nilsson's Everybody's Talking. Dustin Hoffman, of course, in this movie. Good soundtrack. Dave Mason. Let It Flow. This one, would we just disagree? I think it is. Still in Shrink. Very, very nice shape. Original hype. Original custom label. Columbia. Nice. Steve Winwood. Refugees of the Heart. Still sealed. Yeah, I'm picking that up. I'm not an idiot. Okay. I pick up Glenn Miller when it's interesting. I like his stuff. I'd like to get the stuff he recorded when he was in the Army, but I never see that stuff. But this is a package that I don't see a lot. Maybe I've never seen it before. It's a 2-record set. A lot of his best stuff's on it. It's really nice. It's got a cut corner. It probably came out of a cut-up bin. And got a nice gatefold. And it's just a nice package. And it's on 20th Century Records, which is weird because he's usually on like MCA, I think. So I don't know what he's doing on 20th Century Records. That's probably why I picked it up. It was just weird. R.I.P. Olivia. Grease. I don't have the Grease soundtrack. Have it now. I'm getting 29 cents for a 2-record set. Yeah, that's going home with me. Again, original inners, custom inners. You know, like I said, most of these things, this cover isn't minty, but it's okay. It's good enough. This was a nice find. Blueprint by Rory Gallagher for 29 cents. You don't see Rory Gallagher for 29 cents. Polydor Records. Just pretty cool. The label, it's in nice shape. This was one of the better finds that day for sure. And so was this. Crosby, Stills and Nash. Their first album. This is in really nice shape. This is one of these things where you just go, what the heck is this doing here? And why hasn't anybody bought it before me? You go, wait a minute, you know. Atlantic Records. I don't know if this was ever on a different Atlantic or not, but this thing is minty. And it's definitely got the textured cover, so it's not, you know, it's fairly early anyway. Dio, The Last in Line, not a big metal guy, but when I see interesting, you know, I'm liable to leave bands like Quiet Riot and Twisted Sister behind. Just not my thing, but I'll pick this up and check it out. Go-Go's Vacation. Do I have it? Probably. Is this copy nicer? Probably. It does have a cut though. But other than that, and oh, it's got the original sleeve plus another sleeve. So that's the other thing I noticed about a lot of these records is that whoever had them would put them in their own sleeves and leave the originals in there, which is, you know, extremely, it just shows you that they took care of the records, you know, which is a very good thing. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail for 29 cents. Huh? Can't be too disappointed by this. It's the later pressing, but still happy enough with that. And they're self-titled as well. And this thing is just in nice shape. And again, original inner, and it's in another sleeve as well. So, again, take care of their records. That's a good thing. Jonah Jumps Again. Jonah Jones. I like this man. This man is, just, he hasn't, he plays jazz, but he plays sort of jumpy, bouncy. It's a bit loungy, but pretty cool. Horn player, pretty cool guy. And this one is on Capitol, and I just love this Capitol label. When it has high fidelity stripe going down it. And this isn't perfect, but it's a nice copy. It's mono. I'm assuming this is mono. Yes, mono copy of that. ABBA, The Visitors. Did not have it. Have it now. Again, very happy. Again, it's got the original sleeve and an extra sleeve in it. Very nice. Sam the Man Taylor, his tenor sax and orchestra on Lion Records. I don't know too much about Sam, but he was sort of rocking as compared to many other like jazzy kind of guys. Dancey, rocky, more rocky stuff than most. So, never seen the label before. Just interesting. So again, 29 cents. Pick stuff like this up all day. Interesting record. Under the influence of Love Unlimited, the Love Unlimited Orchestra, which of course is Barry White. And this was his, this is when he, this isn't the orchestra, actually this is just these three girls called Love Unlimited, but it is produced by Barry White. It is a Barry White record, basically. Again, he should be on 20th Century. That's his label. So this will be interesting. Have not spun that yet. Haven't spun most of these yet. This was another really nice find. The Unpredictable Jimmy Smith on Verve. Nice copy of this for 29 cents all day long. Oh, this is Jimmy Smith. Who did I think it was? I was thinking it was somebody else. But I love Jimmy Smith. I love Verve. My favorite Alice stuff is on Verve. My favorite Louis Armstrong is on Verve. I like Verve records, and my favorite Jimmy Smith is on Verve as well. So another very nice record to have. ABBA's Greatest Hits. This is an upgrade, and I have a decent copy, but this is gonna be nice. It's got the gatefold. I'm not sure mine even has a gatefold. This has the gatefold. Atlantic Records, if you can see that. Like ABBA. Willie Nelson's Greatest Hits. 29 cents for a 2-record Willie Nelson set. Yep. All day long. So, gatefold there. There's Willie. Cool stuff. Couple more here. Always on my mind. Willie Nelson. Again, very nice condition. Take that all day long. Billy Vera and the Beaters. Minty copy on Rhino Records. I collect Rhino. I may have this. I may not. I don't know. But this copy is just so nice. Nice glossy cover. Again, Rhino Records. All day long. Frank Sinatra, Try a Little Tenderness. I pick up Frank. I like Frank. This is just a comp, I think. But, cool comp. It's in stereo. On Capitol. Just two more here. This is great. The Great Comedy Hits of Harry Stewart as Yogi Jorgensen. This is the Yes Go Nuts a Christmas guy. Still in shrink on the Capitol Starline label. But it's not the Capitol Starline of the 80s. It's the Capitol Starline of the 60s. I don't know how well that's showing up, but very cool to have that still in its shrink. And last but not least, Roberta Flack, First Take. I believe this has, yeah, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, this record. This is, I think, Roberta Flack's first album on Atlantic. And there you go. I've just, in the last two videos, showed you a heck of a lot of records. Can you pick up records cheap at thrift stores still in 2022? Yes, you can. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. Hope you all stay well, and hope hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye for now.